Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's I'm going to be reviewing a Mazda 3 sedan with the Turbo Sedan. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Orem Mazda here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this Mazda 3. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money, the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 23 around town and then 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 227 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see flat there in the center and then really sharp lines on either side. And then we've got Mazda's signature headlight design with the daytime running light wrapped around that. I think it looks really cool. And then you can see the chrome trim here, blacked out grille with the Mazda logo in the center. And putting it all together, it definitely has more of a luxury car look from the front end with the material use and design. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 215, 45, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels completely blacked out. And then I love the look there with the fender. Mirror caps also blacked out. And then you guys can see the chrome trim around the windows. And then here is the full side view with the Mazda 3 Turbo Sedan. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our Mazda logo here, lock and unlock function, and the opening for the trunk. And popping into said trunk, it is very spacious. We also have our little seat throwdown function right there on either side. And when you're all done, you got this nice handle, so you can just plop. You guys can see the blacked out spoiler here, and then you've got the rest of the badging there on the back. Really cool looking taillights. And then parking sensors at the bottom. And then I like the double exhaust tip setup. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks, but I think I actually might like how this looks more than the hatchback. I know, controversial. Now taking a look at the door panel on the back, soft touch here at the top, and then you guys can see down below as well. And then I like that trim that goes to the handle, very premium looking. And then taking a look at the seats, perforated all down the center, and then you guys can see with the padding on the sides. And then legroom back here is pretty dang solid. We have a little storage pocket right there, and then you guys can see down below. Well, thought it will come out. There we go, cup holder, armrest, and then headroom. It's good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see self-touching at the top and then down below here. All of our window controls with our mirror adjustments, and the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the front seat again, perforated all down the center portion. Power adjustments there on the side. And they got a bunch of functions here. So you guys can see for the safety tech, 360 camera, parking sensor, stability control, memory seat function. Lots happening. Now here's a quick look at the steering wheel. You guys can see self-touch all around. We do have paddle shifters there on the back for the 6-speed automatic. We have our controls here for the adaptive cruise control, steering assist. We've got our controls for the voice command, volume controls, stuff for the center stack, and then we've got our regular stocks there on the back. And then here is the gauge cluster. You guys can see we've got the 3-gauge layout. We can scroll through, see different bits of info here on the car, which I think is pretty cool. Sorry about the glare with the shot, but we do have a 360 camera system, kind of hard to see, but definitely a nice thing. Doesn't really need it because it's not a huge car, but it's still always a nice feature to have. Now, as for the rest of the infotainment system, just like other Mazdas, not a touchscreen, so you control everything with a dial. You know, once you get used to it, it's honestly pretty straightforward, and the overall system's responsive. We do have a heads-up display with this, soft touch trim all over the dash, nice stitching that goes across. And you guys can see dual zone climate controls. We got heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Again, looks premium, that's for sure. Not sure what this boxed water is doing here, but we do have some cup holders, and then you guys can see with the shifter, we get our drive mode selected. That'll just pop you into the sport mode, and then all the controls for the infotainment system here with our parking brake and auto hold next to that. And then center consoles, pretty spacious, got some USBs. I guess we'll open up the glove box. Look at that handle, fancy. Yeah, good storage there. And then we do have a sunroof up top as well. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker for this Mazda 3 Turbo. We do have a few options added to it. Total MSRP, $35,660, and let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors do blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And for all of those that have gas anxiety, welcome to today's review, where we have low fuel. So anyways, seat comfort in this is really good. I love these seats. They've got a nice bolstered feel. You feel like you're, you know, getting held in place relatively well. But on top of that, it's just the padding on them, I think, is really nice. So I think overall they've done a good job with the seating setup. And then when it comes to torque, yeah, you can instantly tell the difference between, I just drove a non-turbo CX-30 before this, and yeah, the difference between the turbocharged and the non-turbo is pretty noticeable right off the bat. Yeah, it's fun. It's very smooth. This does have more of a luxury car feel to it, 100%. Just with how comfortable it is. And it's quiet too. This would be a great daily driver. Great daily driver. And I do like the braking too. It's got a nice progression to the pedal. Yeah, the torque is so good. I think this powertrain's, you know, best at just kind of, you know, not going super deep into the throttle, just kind of, you know, lightly getting into it. And, you know, I guess while we're waiting here, like, yeah, just looking at the interior, again, the price point this is at, mid $30,000 range, it's pretty impressive. The material use that you get, and the fact that it's, you know, pretty much all soft touch throughout the interior as well, I think that's quite impressive. So looks like we'll be able to get it kind of in acceleration here. Turbo power! Gotta love the turbo. Respect the turbo. It's such a good engine. It's all about torque. That's something to note. It's definitely all about torque. And man, does it have a lot of it. It's fun. Again, this is ultimately, like, at the price point this is at, this is an economy car. Even though it looks like a luxury car, drives like a luxury car, and has power like a luxury car, it's an economy car pricing. So let me know what you guys think about the Mazda 3 Turbo Sedan. But as controversial as this might be, I think I like the practicality the hatchback provides. So I think that there's no doubt that, like, that's more practical, more space. I like how this looks though. I think this looks better. Yeah, I know that not everyone's gonna agree with me, but I don't know, especially with a spoiler on the back, I think that it has just a cooler look overall. Let me know your thoughts.